Politics versus law. Who prevails? Ultimately, we all in democratic nations, we are ruled by the rule of law. Rule of law trumps everything in theory. In practice, politics. Politics influences the law, sadly, to a huge extent in India, as we've seen, where India has weaponized the law so that the law has been abused and twisted and manipulated to become a political tool. Now, in the West, slightly less so, but it still happens. And it is likely that the law will be trumped by politics. Excuse the pun there, but the law will be trumped by politics, where there will be some leaning by the politicians, the US administration, onto the law enforcers, the FBI, the CIA, etc., to say, actually, it's more expedient, politically speaking, for our geopolitical relations with India, that you just quietly bury this under the carpet. But in turn, the politicians will then go to India and say, right, we've pushed the lawmakers aside, we'll let your man off, and we won't even pursue this trail of evidence all the way up to Mr. Modi himself, but we want something in return. Now, great, again, it's maybe that's the way it has to go. But ultimately, is there a level of naivety here? Do we honestly think that India is going to come alongside? India has shown itself very unambiguously to be not just aligned with Russia, but now increasingly aligned with the likes of China, North Korea, Iran, Belarus, these authoritarian regimes. So are we wasting this political capital? Are we wasting our efforts thinking we can seduce India? Or ultimately, are we just looking a bit of a fool and India's just laughing and saying, yeah, give us, but actually we're in bed with this other with the other team. So again, you almost feel we're sort of reaching a bit of a geopolitical head here, where India is actually just going to be forced to take side. We are still giving them the benefit of the doubt. We're still trying the carrot and stick approach, but ultimately our politicians are going to have to come to a point and say, look, is India an ally or not? It's very clear to us that it's not. It is certainly not a reliable ally. It picks and chooses what suits its own interest best. That doesn't make it an ally. It just makes it a temporary ally, an ally on certain issues. And again, this always comes back to Khalistan. This is why we need Khalistan, because India is not to be trusted. We have thrown everything at India on the table. Here you go. We've given them all sorts of incentives to come alongside, and they've just cherry-picked what they want, and they're still meeting with Xi Jinping. They're still in bed with Vladimir Putin. They're still funding the Ukraine war. They're still buying Russian oil, etc. So I think we're being taken for a bit of a ride here in the West. And I think the only solution, as I keep saying, it has to be the establishment of Khalistan so that we do have a powerful ally in that region.